Please mute yourself. Let's get started. If you have any questions, we'll answer your questions when the class is done, right? Okay, thank you. So, like I said, we have been on this series where we're talking about the different types of traders, right? So, and the different types of trader, this is so important because you want to know the kind of trader that you are. The kind of trader that you are determines what you are trading, determines how you trade, determines the time frame that you're trading and the time span of your trade and what you are taking from the market at any given time. Right? So this is so key, and many traders don't do it. Many traders don't understand this because they just feel, okay, I'm going to get into the market. I'm going to get into the market and I'm just going to start making money, or show me how to make money. Sorry, let me go to, oh Lord, what was this? Okay, so show me how to make money. I just want to make money. The first thing you want to identify is what kind of a trader am I? What kind of a trader am I? Right? What kind of a trader am I? If I'm a kind of trader, you want to find a method that resonates with you. This is something that you do not hear very often. Someone was asking me something today about news trading. Right? The person was like, okay, what do I need to know to be able to trade the news? I gave the person a few guidelines on the group. If you're on the group, you see it there on the group, a few guidelines on how to trade, on how to do news trading. But the truth is that that question is really not complete. If I want to answer that question fully for that person, if I want to answer that question fully for that person, I will have to ask you some questions. One of the questions I will ask you is, why do you want to do news trading in the first place? Why do you want to do news trading? Because the people that do news trading, they have a certain kind of mindset and temperament. So this is so key. Knowing the kind of trader that you are is so important. It's so important. It can be the difference between success and failure. It can be very well the difference between success and failure. Just before I got on this call, I was talking with a friend of mine who lives in the US. He's a trader too, right? And we've been talking close to an hour, just talking about trading and all of those things, right? So the same things we're talking about. I was just sharing with him, this is what you should do, this is what we should do, this is what I do right now, this is what I recommend. You know, so you have to find out. And he was telling me sometimes some things he did previously, and then how he stopped doing, and he was making really good profits. And then when he stopped doing those things and started doing some other things, he began to make losses. You see, so I was like, okay, this is the mindset. This is the mindset you have to stick with. You see, so this is why you need to find out as a trader, what kind of a trader are you? If you're the kind of trader, there are traders that grow money, right? What they'll do is they'll take $100, they trade it to 200, 300. They are trading for a whole month, 2 months, 3 months. They have not withdrawn money. They are growing the account, and it works with their minds. It works with their mind. There are some people, if they enter a trade and that trade turns into profit and they don't withdraw money, they will lose that money on the next trade. They have to withdraw it. If they withdraw that money, they will make money on another trade. But as long as they don't withdraw that money, they will lose that money on the next trade. But the question is, you can find that trader can be losing money, but he doesn't understand. Then he goes on YouTube, or he has a friend or somebody who is growing money for 3 months. The guy has started with $100. The guy has grown his money to $1,000. And then this guy says, oh no, I want to do what my friend is doing. I want to do what my friend has done. But he doesn't realize that he is not his friend. Even your twin brother that you were born the same day, you are very likely different from them in mighty ways, in mega ways. Like you can be told, one can be an introvert, the other one is an extrovert. They are totally different, and they are twins born the same day by the same mother at the same time. So that's the reason why you don't want to look at somebody and say, this is what this person is doing, so let me do it. You have to find out. You know, there's something they say in philosophy, they say, man, know thyself. Man, know thyself is such an underrated advice. Such an underrated advice, right? Very underrated advice. So what you want to do is you want to, when it comes to trading, trading is one business where you really want to know yourself. You see how I'm spending time on this part? I'm spending time because this is what it is. You want to spend time to know yourself. What kind of a trader am I? Are you the trader that if you make money now, you have to withdraw it? If you try to grow that $100 you funded, you could make $20 now and you withdraw, you'll be fine. You go and spend that money, you are good. But maybe you try, you say, okay, let me turn the $100 to 300. That's where you start having problems. But here is the point. It's not that you will not turn that $100 to 300. No. Not that you won't do it, but it's not the way you are thinking. It's not the way you are thinking. It may not work for you the way you are thinking, but it will still work for you. So you just have to trust the process by making and withdrawing your money right now. But if you are the kind of person who wants to grow money for 3 months, that's your perception, fine. If you are a news trader, one thing with news traders is that they are very high risk people. They are high adrenaline people. High adrenaline people. And you know who a high adrenaline person is? A high adrenaline person is somebody who likes to do things that give them this feeling of high, this high feeling of a high. So they do the kind of trading that goes very fast, very risky, but makes a lot of money. And then there are people who can stomach a lot of losses. That's the way they do it. They can see. I was talking about on a previous class. I was talking about how someone was telling me a few months ago, now a couple of years ago though, he was telling me, I worked with him actually, he's a trader. He was telling me how he had his wedding coming up. He had his wedding coming up and he was trying to raise money for his wedding. Not like he had a lot of money at that time. He didn't have a lot of money at that time, but he was trying to raise money for his wedding and he borrowed $1,000 from his girlfriend they were all trying to do the wedding together. And then his goal was, let me try to turn this 1,000 to maybe 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 so that I can have more money to spend for the wedding, right? He borrowed 1,000 from his girlfriend who was about to be his wife. And then he blew the money in 5 minutes in the market, right? So someone will ask me, did the girl still marry him? Well, the girl actually still married him. But then the idea is, at the time I was talking with him, he was still a news trader. He was now doing the news trading at a very high level, $10,000. People were now, he would trade for people besides his own. He had tens of thousands of dollars he was trading. Every time there's a news event, he trades, right? So that's the kind of person he is. And he's the kind of person that will go to a club and spend a lot of money. You see, he's a high adrenaline person. He'll go to a club, blow a lot of money, drink crazy, drive crazy. That's the kind of person he is. But are you that kind of a person? You know, some people lose $1,000, they never come into Forex again, they're done. Forex doesn't work. But not for everybody. So what kind of a trader are you? This is what I'm saying through all these things, all these lots of things I'm saying right now. What kind of a trader are you? You need to identify that. It will help you succeed as a trader. Okay, that's the reason why I'm not saying, okay, I'm going to talk on only swing trading, or I'm going to talk on only scalping. I'm going to talk on this, on that. No, I want to go through all of them so that you can look at it and then listen to what I'm saying now and realize that you actually need to identify the kind of a trader that you are. Because when you do that, you'll be able to know. Some people assume that, oh, I am not this kind of trader. I am not this kind of trader. Probably there are some people who will not come to this class today because they think, oh, I'm not a swing trader. Probably I know what a swing trader is. So I'm not coming because I don't think swing trading is for me. Fine. But then what if you don't have a complete understanding of this whole process? And then you need to know about this. Probably you even have the temperament of a swing trader. Probably you have the temperament of a swing trader, but you don't know because you think that swing trading doesn't bring money very quickly. Swing trading doesn't bring money very quickly, or maybe from whatever you think you know about it, and then you say, okay, that's not for me. No, you have to explore explore these things, and so that you can know where to pick, right? Know where to stay. You say, okay, this is where I'm going to stay. There are people that they are scalpers. This is where I'm going to stay. So as a swing trader is somebody who has a short-term approach. Basically, you hold your trades for days and even weeks. That's what a swing trader is. And then there's something called position trading as well, position trader. So a position trader is still like a swing trader, just like a position trader holds trades for a longer period of time. So I just added this position trading just so as to explain it. I know that for most of us who might even decide to be swing traders, you might not be interested in being a position trader. I understand that. Okay, now position trading is mainly done by institutions, because the truth is that the more long-term trading that you do, the more capital you require. The more long-term trading that you do, the more capital you require. And if you don't have a lot of capital, you're trying to do long-term trading, you will have to have patience that's as long as the money you don't have. You have to have patience that is as long as the money that you don't have. That's how swing trading is done. You can take $1,000 and turn it to $5,000 on one trade. But then you have to have the patience of somebody who has a whole lot of money. That's just the only way to do it. So you either do it with a sizable amount of money, or you do it with a lot of patience. Because there are lots of things you are going to have to see happen in the market, and you are going to weather it. You are going to sit there. You are going to wait on it. You are going to be looking at your trades from the monthly charts, from the weekly charts, from the daily chart. Most of the time, you're not even dealing with 4 hour. Most of the time, you are hardly even dealing with 4 hour. Sometimes you are looking for entries on 1 hour, 4 hour. That's probably where you are looking for entries. Entries 1 hour, 4 hour. You're looking for price action around 1 hour, 4 hour for entries, because you are dealing with trades that will be running for days and weeks. You are targeting 400 pips, 600 pips, 800 pips. That's what you're looking for. Right? That's what you're looking for. So those kinds of moves is what you're targeting. So if that's not, if you want to do that, or because sometimes you do not really know what you are good at, except you explore it, like we're talking about now. You'll be like, that's not for me, but try it. Enter a trade, come to the market, do your analysis on a higher time frame, enter the trade and see how you feel. Am I going to be able to hold this trade? You will know when you are that kind of a trader. But you need to explore it, especially when what you are currently doing is giving you issues. If you're currently having issues with trading, your first thing would be to discover yourself. Discover what you're good at. Discover what you should be doing. That's what you want to discover first. When you've discovered that, before you now say, okay, and when you discover, discovery is going to be through trying several things. I can't tell you the kind of trader you are. There's no way I can tell you the kind of trader you are. I can only show you that there are different kinds of traders. You will have to test and find out what kind of a trader you are. You see, that's the way it is, right? So as we begin to talk more, go more into approaches, how you approach your trade and all that, you will begin to see all these things play out. Would you prefer to go for 100 pips, or would you prefer to go for 20 pips? Would you prefer to go for 500 pips, or would you prefer to go for 50 pips? All that is telling you something about yourself, which is what you need to identify. All right. Then, like I said, position traders is not what you're going to be focused on, because a position trader is mostly institution. Mostly institutions are mainly position traders. It is institutions that are mainly position traders. So you are not going to bother ourselves about that. It's when you take trades that run into weeks, months, and even have one trade that's running for a year. You see? So those are the kind of trades that institutions do, hedge funds, family offices, those are the kind of huge institutional investors. That's the kind of approach that they take in trading. And that's mostly not what we are looking for. Okay, so I just added it here so that you will know the difference, because someone might think, okay, so what's the difference between a swing trader and a position trader? The difference is in the time frame they are looking at. How long is their trade taking? How long is their time frame? Is the time frame that they are watching? That's what matters. That's what's the difference. That's what's the difference between the position trader and the swing trader. Okay, so on this session, we're going to focus mainly on swing traders, mainly on a swing trader. All right, so understand. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake on this. Hold on. This is a swing trader, not day trader. Okay. Okay, so understand what being a swing trader doesn't mean. Sorry. So understand that what a swing trader does mainly is that a swing trader takes a trade that is long term, right? Sorry for this mistake I made here. So a swing trader takes a trade that lasts for at least days to up to weeks, right? You can have a trade that's running for 2 weeks. Okay, so you're not taking a trade per day. You're not taking a trade that runs in a day or so. No, most times your trades will not play out in a day. Sometimes you might enter a trade. You might enter a trade at a certain level and price will continue to play around that level for 1 week. And you are looking for a drop. You enter a trade for a sell, for example, and it's at a very critical sell level. But price will go there like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. It will come down, it will go up. It will come down, it will go up. It will go up. You know, you will see profit of 30 pips, 50 pips. It will go back into negative. You see profit of 30, 50 pips. It goes back into negative, like that. So if you are not the kind of person that can see 30 pips positive, 50 pips positive, and then it goes back into negative, because you are expecting 250 pips, $500 pips on that trade, then you are not going to be a swing trader. A swing trader is somebody who 50 pips is nothing. He can see 50 pips positive and the 50 pip goes back into negative. He's fine with that. He's completely fine with that. He has told himself, see, I'm making a move. My move is going to give me 500 pips. And for however long it takes for these 500 pips to play out, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. So a trade that he took, as a swing trader, a trade you take may be hovering around one spot, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down for a whole week. No movement. You just come, you look at the market, you look at the market and you go away. Nothing is happening. You come, it's at 50 pips profit. Before you know, it has gone back to 10 pips negative, 20 pips negative. You are watching. You are watching. Because that move, when it starts to happen, it will happen very heavily and very fast. But the time has not come yet. You see? But you are in that trade. That's how a swing trader, that's a temperament of a swing trader. Right? That's the temperament of a swing trader. Then you must have a plan. Develop a trading plan. Develop a trading plan, right? So when you develop a trading plan like we talked about before, is a plan that helps you to follow a process to approach your trade. A process to approach your trade. You see? So you follow a process to approach your trade. What does that mean? How do you analyze your trades? When you are entering a trade, what is the process you take? Where do you do your analysis from? For example, like I said, in our subsequent class, we are going to be going into analysis. Now this is majorly theoretical and is mindset based, and it helps you to understand what you should be doing, right? What kind of a trader are you and all of that. But besides, after doing all this, we're going to be going from next week, for next class, we're going to be going into analysis sessions to help you know exactly what are the setups that are good for you to swing trade. What are the setups that are good for you to do day trading? What are the setups that are good for you to scalp? What are the setups that are good for you to scalp? What are the setups that are good for day trading? What are the setups that are good for swing trading? That's what we're going to be talking about. So now, when you say develop a plan, the setups that you are going to take, that's part of your plan. That's part of your plan. What is it that you want to, what is it that you are trading? Are you trading support and resistance on a higher time frame? Because we are talking about the swing trading. Are you talking about support and resistance? You are not going to be swing trading from 1 hour charts. You don't swing trade from 1 hour chart. You swing trade when you are doing swing trading, you start from the monthly charts. You start your analysis from the monthly chart. You start your analysis from the monthly chart, because from the monthly chart is where you see the overall market direction. Because since you're looking to have a massive move, a significant move, you are looking at 500 pips, 300 pips, 250 pips on a trade. That's what you're targeting. You need to understand the direction of the market, the overall direction of the market. So that overall direction of the market is so key for you to understand. So when you understand that direction, that's when you can sit on a trade that may not play out in your favor very quickly. It may not play out in your favor within 2 days, within 3 days. If you don't get the direction right, you cannot wait. You cannot wait for that trade to play out. You need to be sure that you are at least in the right direction. It's like you are traveling by road, right? You're traveling by road and you are going from one city to another, right? In South Africa, for example, let's say you're going from Johannesburg to Cape Town. I haven't been to South Africa yet. I don't know how far Cape Town is from Johannesburg, right? But let's say you are going from Cape Town to Johannesburg and you are not flying. Okay, you're not flying, you are going by road. Now, if you know that road very well, if you know the road very well, let's say it's going to take you 20 hours. Let's say, I don't know. I can check, but I won't have that time right now. Now, let's say you're going from Cape Town to Johannesburg and it's taking you 20 hours, right? It's not a journey of 1 hour, it's 20 hours, right? So what you need to do now is that if you know the road very well, or you have a good navigation system, like you have a Google map or something that is very good to direct you. You might start out in Cape Town. Let's say you're in Cape Town, you're going to Johannesburg, and you just started out driving. You're driving, right? You just started out driving and you get stuck in traffic. You get stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Now, if you get stuck in traffic for 2 hours, does that mean that you are no longer getting to where you are going? You're going to get to where you are going, but the challenge there is that you are still going to go, but it will take you some more time. It will take you longer time, but you are going to be relaxed. You're not going to be running around and thinking, hey, what's going to happen? I'm not going to get to where I'm going. You know that you're going to get to where you are going, but you know that it's going to take some time. So that's what it is when you enter a trade as a swing trader. When you enter a swing trade, you know that your trade is not going to close in a very short time, but you want to be able to understand market direction. You want to understand market direction. When you understand market direction, that's when you'll be able now to confidently stay on that trade. So that's when you can confidently stay on that trade because you know the direction. So you know the direction. You know the direction already, right? So that's what it is. You know the direction. You know the direction where the market is going. So since you know the market, the direction the market is going, you'll be more confident to stay in that trade and continue going. So you see that? So that's why it's important that you have a plan. A plan is going to contain all these things I'm talking about. The plan is going to contain all these things I'm talking about, right? So you're going to have our plan well written. What is my process? So I start from the monthly chart. I go to the daily chart. This is how I get my entries. This is the kind of entries I take. All of those things. And we are going to have classes where we're going to talk about that in depth, what your trading plan should be like for each kind of trading, whatever trades you're doing. Okay, yeah, network problem, right, from your side. But can you hear me? Okay, I'm sure you can hear me, right? So, because I see that my sound is on, so if you can't hear me, please let me know, right? So this is what you want to do. You want to be able to understand your trading plan, have a plan of how you trade. For whatever trading you're doing, whether you are a scalper, you are a swing trader, you are a day trader, whatever position trader, you need to have a plan. What does it? You don't just get into the market and enter the first green candle you see. The first green candle you see, you enter buy. No, that doesn't work. You may make money sometimes. You may make money here and there, but you won't make money consistently because you don't have a plan. You see, there is a way. If you make bread, for example, you have a bakery where you make bread. For that bread to be nice and for people to come and taste it, eat it all the time, there needs to be there's a need for you to have a process for producing that same bread, for it to have the same taste all the time. So it's the same thing. As a business person, you know that you have to do that. You can't just wake up today and say, okay, I'm going to make the bread this way. You make it that, we'll make it one way. Then tomorrow you do something different. The next day you do something different. People are going to notice that the taste of your bread is not consistent. And since the taste of your bread is not consistent, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's bad, they are not going to come over and over again. They may come on the day that the bread is very nice, right? But they come another day and they see something different. They are going to, why is it different? Then maybe they give you one more chance. And then that day is poor again. They just leave you alone. But in trading, many times traders don't realize that they are in business. But what is it not only if you're going to make money from something, then that's business. That's business. So you don't do any business without a plan. There's always a process for doing whatever business you're doing. Whether you're producing water, you're producing peanut butter, you're producing bread, you're producing cake, whatever it is that you're doing. Or is it a service business? There is a process for approaching a client. There's a process for serving a client. There's a process. When you get into some restaurants, there are things you will expect to see. Somebody comes to you first. Somebody takes your before your order, he attends to you. They are just processes that you can use for whatever you're doing. The trading is the same thing. It's the same thing. So to develop a plan and stick to it. Pick a strategy and stick to it until you're profitable. It's the same thing. So you can see some of these things I have here are the same things we talked about previously on other trading plans, because it's the same thing. You need to have a strategy, you stick to that strategy, and that strategy is going to be part of your plan. Okay, it's going to be part of your plan. So understand what's realistic targets for you. Okay, now this one, the way you approach this one is this. Now, if you are doing short-term trading like scalping and day trading, your targets are going to be much smaller. Right? If you are scalping, you are targeting 10, 15 pips. Okay? If you are a day trader, you're targeting 50, 100 pips. Now, most days, you may not get 100 pips on one trade, except you're trading fast-moving instruments like gold, like Bitcoin, like gold, Bitcoin, like indices like NASDAQ, US 30. Those ones move very massively every single day, right? But if you're trading currencies or you're trading crude oil moves massively too. Now, if you're trading in currencies, there are days that you get a huge amount of movement, especially when there's a news event. Okay, you can see price do 200, 300 pips in one day, 150 easily. Usually when there's a news event, not only when there's news event, it can happen anytime actually. Right? But then you can't guarantee that you're going to come into the market and pick 100 pips every day. You can't do that if you're trading Euro USD, USD JPY, Euro JPY and all of that. Most days you may not be able to target and get that. You may get something close to that, but you can't say, 100 pips must be met today. No. Right? So, but as a day trader, that's what you're targeting. You can target 100 pips. Some days you hit it. Some days you surpass it. Some days you may not get that. But if you're a scalper, you are looking 10, 15 pips, you are out of the market. But if you're a day trader, which we're talking about today, you're not looking at 100 pips, you're looking at 300 pips. That's the reason you want your trade to run for maybe a week or more. 300 pips, 400 pips, 500 pips. Okay? So that's what you're looking for. And until that happens, you will need to have the patience to hold it. I have a previous, there's someone I know who I had a good relationship with previously. We still have a relationship, but we haven't been quite close. But the guy is a trader. He's a swing trader. He's a swing trader. This guy can have his trade running for weeks. He just has the trade running. It's a very simple thing for him. He just, in fact, as far as he's concerned, if the trade is not going to do like 300, 400, 500, 600 pips, he's not even interested. He will tell you, I can't put my money there, because he sees it as an investment. He looks at it as risk to reward, which we always talk about. He says, okay, how much am I risking? What is my reward? He's looking for his risk to reward to be like 1 to 10, 1 to 15. So he knows that when he closes that trade, it's $10,000, it's $20,000 profit. That's what he's targeting. If it's not that, he's not interested. And there was a time I knew this guy. This guy was trying to be a scalper. He was trying to be a scalper. And the reason he was trying to be a scalper was because he knew someone else who was a scalper. And that scalper was making a whole lot of money. That guy would make $1,000 on a very bad day. And he was scalping, and his scalping was just 10 pips. He would take 10 pips profit on every trade that he takes. And then this guy, and he would take 10 pips and still make $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day, $1,500 a day, not a week, a day, every day. He was making the money like that. And then this other guy was trying to be like him, until he tried and tried and tried. He just realized he couldn't take 10 pips. 10 pips was not working for him. Then he decided to ignore 10 pips and start going for 100, 200 pips. And then that became his natural state. Now he doesn't think about doing 10 pips. No, what is he doing with 10 pips? He doesn't think about making 10 pips. He goes for his 200, 500 pips. That's what he goes for. You see? So that's what it is. That's the reason why understanding yourself is very, because you can struggle in this trading, not because anything is wrong with you, but because you're trying to be somebody that you're not. Just because you're trying to be somebody that you're not, that will not be the problem. So like I said before, the fifth one here is develop the patience to wait for the right parameters and right setup. Develop the patience to wait for it. You see, so you must wait. If you are a swing trader, you will have a lot of patience. Like I said, there are two ways to do swing trading. You either swing trade with a whole lot of money, or your patience has to be as long as the money you don't have. Because your patience has to be as long as the money you don't have, or you need to come in with a lot of money, because you're going to let your trade ride, right? You can 5x your money on one trade when your target is hit. Right? You can 5x your money on one trade when your target is hit, because the thing is that as your trade is moving in your favor, you can add more positions. As your trade is moving in your favor, you add more positions, because you are in a very advantage. You are in a vantage position. Okay, you are at a vantage position. What do I mean by that? You are entering a trade for a sell, and you are looking to capture 300 pips. Okay, by the time your first trade you enter goes into 100 pip profit, now you can enter another position, because you know you are still going to 300. You already got the first 100. Now you know that there's another 300 plus, another 200 plus pips you are targeting. So you can enter another position. You could get to 150, you enter another position. You could get to 200, you enter another position. By the time your trade is closed in profits, you have 5 trades running, and your money, which is 1,000, could have turned to 7,000. Yeah, could have turned to 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 on just that one trade. But it requires a lot of patience. This is not something that anybody can just do. You have to know that this is the kind of trader that you like to be. Like I said, you have to know that this is the kind of trader that resonates with me, and I will not do something different from this. Okay. So